It's crunch time for LSU basketball with the NCAA tournament right around the corner, and they came up big this Saturday against Texas A&M. We'll recap what went down on Saturday in the PMAC.
LSU softball also got out to a quick start on their opening weekend, ending 4 of their 5 games in a run rule. We'll take you through the great offensive performance the Tigers put up over the weekend.
Also, we are only 5 days out from the opening day of baseball, and Kamryn Stelly is here with everything you need to know for opening day.
Don't go anywhere. The sports desk starts right now.
Welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Derek Kopp here with Max Hawkins, and we're back from our Mardi Gras break. Max, how was it for you?
It was good, man. Went to Spanish Town and just watched the Super Bowl after that. What about you?
There you go. I too. I watched the Super Bowl. I said I wasn't going to, but couldn't get away from it.
By the way, didn't we both pick Denver?
That's right. We're geniuses. But let's get right into it with the men's basketball team, all right? It was another great game for the men Tigers. The basketball team had an exciting win over Texas A&M. Kamryn Stelly has more on what went down in the PMAC on Saturday.
Met the Aggies, who were number 5 in the country. The Tigers fell short, losing 57-51. The Tigers continue to struggle on the road, however, are nearly undefeated at home. Senior Keith Hornsby says making defensive plays are a key part in winning the game.
You know, when we dove on the ball, we got defensive stops and the crowd goes crazy. You know, can't help but help us, and I think we did a very good job of that tonight, and it showed in the outcome.
The Tigers faced the Aggies today at home for a rematch, finishing with the win. After struggling with free throws against South Carolina, the Tigers rallied and made 23 of 29. Freshman Ben Simmons says he definitely felt an improvement at the line in Saturday's game.
I've been missing a lot of free throws from the past few games, and I know I spoke about that with you guys last media session. So, I just took my time and focused.
LSU proved that the Aggies were no match for them the second time around. Coach Johnny Jones says playing smart will lead to more wins.
And I thought our guys did a great job of being more patient tonight, making plays and extra passes.
After the loss against South Carolina, the Tigers certainly played with more confidence on Saturday. They are now second in conference play and hold a record of 16-9 overall. However, the season isn't over just yet. Up next, the Tigers face a bitter rival against Alabama at home on Wednesday. For Tiger TV Sports, I'm Kamryn Stelly.
Now, of course, as the tournament gets closer, it's never too early to see where LSU is in the standings. Now, ESPN bracketologist Joe Lunardi currently has LSU down in the left-hand corner as a 7th seed and has them playing the Orange of Syracuse in the round of 64. Now, some other SEC notables that Lunardi has predicted is Texas A&M as a 4th seed, Florida as a 9th seed, and South Carolina as a 7th seed. LSU will continue their SEC play this Wednesday against the Alabama Crimson Tide in the PMAC at 8 p.m.
LSU softball started their season this weekend in the Tiger Classic. They ended the weekend with a 4-1 record. The offense came out with a fast start and run-ruled their first 3 opponents, but the Tigers' offense went dormant Saturday night against Pacific. LSU only managed 1 run on 5 hits. Along with messy fielding, the Tigers lost to Pacific 2-1. Tigers had a second chance against Pacific on Sunday. Did better this time. Their offense got back into the swing of things, and they defeated Pacific 10-1. Head coach Beth Torina is ready to make the adjustments that held their team back on Saturday.
I didn't think it was any one thing that beat us. I thought we did a lot of things poorly and need to improve really in all areas. I didn't think we played well in any facet of the game, really. Pitching, hitting, defense, obviously. I thought we had issues all over the field.
Now, junior Savannah Jakewish was also named the SEC Player of the Week. Jakewish ended the first 4 games with a .692 batting average and 9 RBIs. Tigers will be traveling to Palm Springs, California next weekend for the Mary Nutter Collegiate Classic.
Now, the LSU women's basketball team fell to Georgia 58-47 yesterday in the PMAC. Despite the loss, junior Alex Hyder had a double-double of 10 points and 12 rebounds. Freshman Shanice Norton also had a career-tying 15 points. Lady Tigers dropped to 8-17 on the season and are now sitting at 2-10 in the SEC. They will continue with SEC play when they travel to College Station to take on the Aggies of A&M on Thursday.
The number 5 LSU gymnastics teams were upset by number 11 Georgia this weekend in Athens. The Tigers did put up a strong 196.800. Ashley Natt continued her dominance on the vault and came in first in that event along with the floor. Erin Magadig earned her second beam title of the season with a score of 9.925. LSU will be back in action Friday against Auburn at the PMAC at 7:30 p.m.
Now, the LSU track and field team will also be hosting their annual LSU Twilight Meet at the Karl Maddox Fieldhouse on Friday. With 1 week to go in the regular season, the men's team is currently ranked 4th nationally, while the Lady Tigers are ranked 22nd. The Tigers will be seeking their 3rd indoor national championship in program history. Their last one came in 2004. The meet will be on Friday at 2:30 p.m.
LSU added a new face to their football coaching staff this weekend. LSU filled their empty wide receivers coach spot with Damian Craig from Auburn. This announcement came less than 36 hours after former wide receivers coach Tony Ball left the team to pursue other opportunities. Craig has been with Auburn for 3.5 years as their co-offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach. Craig has experienced coaching both wide receivers and quarterbacks. He is known as one of the greatest recruiters in the nation. LSU has decided to have his expertise helping the quarterbacks and receivers.
Now, number 13 women's tennis split a doubleheader yesterday, first defeating Maryland and then dropping the second match to South Alabama 4-3. South Alabama had all the momentum and came out of the gate hot with a 3-0 lead. Tigers came back to add 3 wins, but not before South Alabama clinched the match. LSU now has a week and a half off before they will be back in action on February 24th in a doubleheader against Tulane and UNO. Coming up after the break, there were only 5 days until opening day of baseball, thank goodness, and Kamryn Stelly will have everything you need to know for opening day.
Stick around, Sports Desk will be right back.
Well, the countdown is officially on until the Tigers take the field at Alex Box Stadium. The Tigers host Cincinnati for the home opener on Friday night. Just last week, Coach Paul Mainieri officially announced that junior Jared Poche would be the starting pitcher in Friday's game. Poche is also one of the returning leaders for this year's team. After losing 7 of 8 position players for this season, the lineup will consist of mostly young and newer faces. Some of the newer guys to look out for are freshman shortstop Trey Dawson, as well as outfielders Antoine Duplantis and Brennan Breaux, who are both expected to get starts over the weekend. Some returning guys that you can expect to see on the field again this year are juniors Kramer Robertson and Jake Fraley, as well as sophomore catcher Michael Papierski, who Coach Mainieri sees as more than ready for the starting job.
Papierski was ready to be our starting catcher last year. He's an outstanding defensive player and has made a significant improvement in his hitting as we go into this next season.
Not only will there be new faces for this year's team, there will also be a new voice on the radio for the Tigers, Chris Blair, who is replacing Jim Hawthorne after 30 years. Coming up after the break, Derek and Max will be back at the desk with news on which LSU alumni is a finalist for the NBA Hall of Fame.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk. Now, this weekend was NBA All-Star Weekend, and the league announced the finalists for the Hall of Fame. Former LSU basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal, the Big Diesel, was announced as a finalist for the Hall of Fame. Along with Shaq, Allen Iverson was also named a finalist. Final selections for the Hall of Fame induction will be made during the NCAA March Madness Final Four in April. During his NBA career, O'Neal was a 15-time All-Star with a league MVP and 3 Finals MVP awards. He retired from the league in 2011. Max, I think this honor is definitely worthy after all those accomplishments.
Shaq is he's very important to LSU, as we know, and he's also, 4-time NBA Final champion, 3-time NBA Finals MVP. Just a dominant player in everything he did.
And he was big for the league. I mean, he was the guy, brought down the goal and the dunk with Orlando. Obviously a big guy here at LSU. I mean, he's joining some pretty illustrious names too. Allen Iverson. That's also a big guy to get in there. I think the committee got it right this time. I'm excited to see who the finals are when come the Final Four.
Absolutely, man.
I mean,
absolutely.
Very interesting. Well, that is all the time that we have for today. For more, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ttv_sports. We are also on the web at tigertv.tv. Now, for Max Hawkins, I'm Derek Kopp. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be right back here next week.